Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist of the hard rock band Kiss, died on Thursday in Morristown, New Jersey. He was 74. A statement from his family said the cause of his death, in a hospital, was a recent fall at his home. Mr. Frehley, who often performed in white and silver face makeup as the group sold millions of records during his 2 tenures with it, from 1973 to 1982, and then from 1996 to 2002, was a consummate showman like all the members of Kiss. He was known for playing guitars rigged with pyrotechnic effects and for his distinctive stage persona. He was known as the Spaceman or Space Ace because of the silver stars on his face. He also designed the band's logo, with its lightning bolt letters. The other founding members of Kiss were the guitarist Paul Stanley, the drummer Peter Criss, and the bassist Gene Simmons, who was hospitalized this month after a car crash in Malibu, California. All 4 are slated to receive Kennedy Center honors in December. Many rock fans initially dismissed Kiss as gimmicky charlatans. Its members weren't photographed without their stage makeup until 1983. But the band's energetic and theatrical live shows built a following of teenagers, known as the Kiss Army. The band placed 8 singles in the top 40 during Mr. Frehley's tenure, and he played on 7 of them, including Love Gun, Christine 16, and I Was Made for Loving You. He was absent from the band's biggest chart hit, Beth, a ballad with orchestral backing that reached number 7 on the Billboard chart in 1976. How Ace Frehley made New York groove his own. October 17, 2025. During Mr. Frehley's time with Kiss, the band released 11 albums, both studio and live, that went gold or platinum in the United States. Kiss ultimately sold more than 100 million albums. With the passage of time and the enduring popularity of its party anthem, Rock and Roll All Night, the band saw its critical reputation improve. Kiss was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014. The guitarist Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine inducted the band, making the case for Kiss's influence on everyone from Metallica to Lady Gaga. Mr. Frehley, he said, blazed unforgettable, timeless licks across their greatest records. Mr. Frehley himself bragged in a 2024 interview with the website Antihero that, out of the 4 founding members of Kiss, I definitely have been the most successful solo artist. That was true largely because of his single New York Groove, a top 20 hit with a stomping beat that is now played at Citi Field after every Mets victory. New York Groove was the most successful single from a typically excessive Kiss stunt. In 1978, the 4 members all released solo albums simultaneously. Image Mr. Frehley, Wright, and Gene Simmons, in full makeup and regalia, stand together on stage enveloped in smoke. Mr. Frehley, Wright, and Gene Simmons performing with Kiss during the halftime show of the Super Bowl in Miami in 1999. Credit Jeff Haynes/Agents France Presa. Getty Images. Paul Daniel Frehley was born in the Bronx on April 27, 1951, the youngest of 3 children of Carl Frehley, an electrical engineer, and Esther Hecht Frehley. Inspired by the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, Paul began playing guitar at age 13. His parents gave him his first electric guitar as a Christmas present, hoping, unsuccessfully, that it would keep him out of trouble. He was given the nickname Ace when he was 16 by the drummer in one of his early bands, who admired Mr. Frehley's ability to set him up with attractive dates. In 1972, when he was 21 and still living at home, he spotted an ad in the Village Voice that read, "Lead guitarist wanted with flash and ability." Reasoning that he fit the description, he auditioned for the band that would become known as Kiss. His mother drove him to the audition. When he got the gig, Mr. Frehley started using the name Ace full-time to avoid confusion with Mr. Stanley. Although Mr. Stanley and Mr. Simmons were the primary songwriters in Kiss, Mr. Frehley contributed some songs to the group's repertoire, starting with Cold Gin on their debut album, which was released in 1974 and called simply Kiss. Uncertain about his own singing, he didn't sing lead vocals until Love Gun, 1977, the band's 6th album, on which he sang his composition Shock Me. Editor's Picks. The Age of Unhinged Professor Art. Standing Up for the Beauty of a Good Bloody Mary. A horrific tale of the slave trade, destined to become a classic. Image. A publicity shot of the 4 members of the band, in full costume and makeup. Kiss in 1980. Paul Stanley is in front. In the back are, from left, Gene Simmons, Peter Criss and Mr. Frehley. Credit: Lynn Goldsmith/Corbis, VCG via Getty Images. He was the band's most enthusiastic user of drugs and alcohol. Mr. Simmons, in contrast, was a lifelong teetotaler. In the 2003 book Kiss, Behind the Mask, an authorized biography by David Leaf and Ken Sharp, Mr. Stanley was quoted as saying that at times, "I don't know if Ace knew the backside of his guitar to the front, and it was probably due to ingesting certain liquids." Mr. Simmons added, "Ace's judgments have been clouded since the beginning, and that's being kind." In his 2011 memoir, No Regrets, written with Joe Layden and John Ostrowski, Mr. Frehley said that he became alienated from the band because of its increasing commercialism. There were Kiss lunchboxes, Kiss action figures, Kiss makeup kits, Kiss dolls. You name it, we sold it. He allowed that he did enjoy the money the group brought in, $100 million per year in the late 1970s, according to Mr. Frehley. Mr. Criss left the band in 1980, and Mr. Frehley followed in 1982. Kiss continued with an array of replacements. Mr. Frehley pursued a solo career, releasing 7 more albums under his own name and 2 with a group he called Frehley's Comet. Image. Mr. Frehley plays a guitar on stage, casually dressed in a black t-shirt and black leather pants. He has long hair and a beard and wears dark glasses. Mr. Frehley at the Hard Rock Cafe in New York City in 2007. After he left Kiss in 1982, he released 7 albums under his own name and 2 with a group he called Frehley's Comet before returning to Kiss in 1996. He left again in 2002. Credit: Diane Bondarev/Hard Rock Cafe via Associated Press. He and Mr. Criss rejoined Kiss in 1996 for a lucrative series of reunion tours. Mr. Frehley's last show with the band was in Salt Lake City, at the closing ceremony for the 2002 Winter Olympics. Mr. Frehley claimed that his abuse of drugs and alcohol was exacerbated by Mr. Simmons and Mr. Stanley's minimizing of his contributions to Kiss. On a 2024 episode of the podcast Guitar Tales with Dave Cohen, he said that he got sober in 2006 after 10 car accidents. He started dating Jeanette Treratola when he was 18. They married in 1978. She survives him, as do their daughter Monique, his brother Charles, and his sister Nancy Salvner. Mr. Frehley valued both his ability and his flash. Speaking with Fuzz magazine in 1997, he suggested that if there were 2 guitarists of equal ability, one of whom leaps around on stage and the other of whom doesn't, 9 times out of 10 to an untrained ear in the audience, they'll probably say that the guitar player who jumps around and stuff is the better musician. He acted on that belief throughout his career. "To me," he said, "image was very important.